welcome to Pilates today. My name's Vera. I'm a health and wellness instructor from Stonebridge Community Services, and I'm here outside the Port Stanley Fitness Center with a gentle workout focusing on back care. So if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start by lying on our backs. If you feel more comfortable with the pillow behind your head, feel free to place one there. And we're going to start with the arms out to the side. And then let your arms just press away from each other. And then when you're ready, think about keeping your ribs heavy as you let your arms come overhead with the little baby finger coming up to the ceiling and then down to your side. So just like you're making a snow angel and coming up and down, working those shoulders through their full range of motion. Rib cage nice and heavy as you come up and down. And one more time. Up, and then as you come up here, we're just going to try to reach for something just overhead with our right hand and then our left. So just opening up those long muscles of your back as we reach overhead, one arm and then the other. Two more. And very last one. Perfect. And now let's let the palms come up, and we're going to just let our elbows come right down to your side. Working on posture, give yourself a little bit of a double chin. Gently push your head into the floor as we let your arms come up. And making that little W with the elbows. And now push the elbows into the floor. And then up and down. And let's go two more. Up and down. And if you can't keep your arms on the mat, no worries. Just find that place that's comfortable for you. So we just want to work our posture here. Press the elbows into the floor and then let the arms come down to your side. And now just roll your shoulders back so you're pushing them into the mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the feet up towards the hands, nice and wide so you can almost touch the ankles. Shoulders are wide. We want to cinch the waist, squeeze the glutes, little energy in the toes, and then come on up to that bridge position, holding it here, trying to have equal weight on your shoulders. Most important part of this exercise is really squeezing the glutes. Glutes are the muscles that really help protect your back. And then we're going to come down, inhale to prepare, exhale, squeeze glutes, little energy in the toes as we lift. And lengthen. So think of pushing your knees towards the opposite wall. Check your shoulders and make sure you have equal weight on your shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to soften down, squeeze glutes and lift. And let's go two more. Soften it down, squeeze glutes and lift into that bridge position. Holding it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and down, and one more time. Squeeze, lift, and hold. Check your shoulders, make sure you're even on each side. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring our right leg up. Our hands are going to be just on top of each other, and we're going to press that knee into the hand, holding it there. So now you should feel your abs tighten up as you press into the hands. Relax your neck and hold it there for 4. Make sure you're breathing for 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. And now let's just hold behind the knee. Give it a little gentle hug. And then we're going to straighten that leg out as much as we can, just lengthening the hamstrings. If your hamstrings are too tight during this exercise, it might pull on your low back. So we want to loosen them up right at the start of the workout. Nice deep breathing. With every exhale, you're trying to straighten that leg just a teeny bit more. Couple more deep breaths here. Trying to breathe right into the back of the rib cage as you breathe in through your nose. And then feel your abs engaged as you breathe out through the mouth, just like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Trying to really empty those lungs out. Awesome. And now let's just work that other side, gently lower down. We're going to bring that left leg up and just press into the hands. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and two. Good job. Waking those hip flexors up, and then just a gentle hug behind the knee. Shoulders are wide. Relax the neck, and then if you can, straighten that leg out, but we're still pulling it into the chest as we're straightening it out. Nice deep breaths. So we're starting with a nice easy workout, really focusing on the back. Next week we're going to be working on knees and hips. So if you can, bring a ball next week. Just any ball, a small ball or a small pillow, something you can get at the dollar store. It doesn't have to be expensive. And just hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower that leg down. And so now we're going to switch legs again. Let that leg fold up, and now let it come in towards your chest until you feel your bottom ribs really pressing into the floor. And now cinch the waist and point the toe, and we're going to start to lower that leg towards the floor. If at any point you feel like your back is arching and you can't keep your back pressed to the floor, that's where you stop. So it's not about touching the floor, it's about finding what we call our stabilization threshold. So finding where you can stay nice and strong through the core without compromising your back. If that's easy for anybody, you can stretch that leg out a little further. So you decide where to work with this one. Perfect. And only if you can do that one. We don't want to make it harder if that's a challenge that's not okay for you. But if you feel like you can work a little harder, we're going to take the opposite hand up and still pressing those bottom ribs into the mat. As you lower the leg down, we're going to reach the arm overhead and then just tap that knee. So it's called a dead bug, kind of a funny name, but really we're working the abs in both directions. We're stabilizing the back. Really great back exercise. 3, and let's go 2 more. 4, good job, and just 1 more, and 5. Perfect. Okay, the arm can come down, the leg can come down. Give your legs a little jiggle if they need it. And now the other side, whichever one you haven't worked, float that leg up until you feel your back flatten out on the floor. You might want to do the poke test, just a little poke. Make sure you're waking those abs up and really getting them to work, because they're really important for protecting that back. Let's point the toe, and now think about keeping your back and your ribs heavy as you start to lower the leg down to the floor. And up. Make sure you're breathing, because if we hold the breath, it's going to raise our blood pressure. So nice deep exhalations. And remember, if you want to make it harder, you just take that foot out a little further, but only to that point that you can really keep your back pressed down on the mat. If the back arches, then it's not protected anymore. We're putting some shear force on it, so we want to be able to keep it nice and flat. And only if that's okay, the opposite hand comes up and touches the knee. And then we're going to lengthen out and up. And 2. Stretch and up. Ribs stay heavy on the mat as you lift and up. 2 more. And just 1 more here. Well done. Okay, you're just going to let that knee float down, the arms come to the side, give your legs a little jiggle. And then when you're ready, we're going to fold one leg up and then the other, and we're going to cross the ankles. Let's hold on to the knees, and we're just going to give that a little jiggle. Perfect. Now I want to focus more on the lower part of the abs, so underneath the belly button. So all we're going to do here is just let the knees come slightly towards your shoulder, and then the tailbone become heavy. So just going to lift that tailbone and lower it down. And 3, and release. And 4, and release. 5, and release. And just 1 more. Perfect. And now, if it hurts to keep your legs up in the air, feel free to uncross the legs and lower your feet down to the floor. So for the next one, we're just going to keep the feet together and open the knees and close. And now again, if you're feeling stressed from holding both legs up, as you get stronger, you'll be able to come up. If you're okay with it, let one leg float up and then the other until your ribs are flat on the floor. And we're just going to press the feet together and open the knees and close. And open, so working those deep glute muscles to open up the hip. Again, bottom ribs are nice and flat on the floor. Let's go 4 more. And 3 more. And 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. Okay, from here we're going to stretch one leg out nice and long and then lower it down, keeping your back nice and flat. As soon as you feel your back arching or as soon as it feels too hard, tuck that knee in. We're going to switch legs. Reach, 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 and tuck. And 3. Nice long legs, keeping that back nice and flat. Bicycles here, you can't reach the pedal. Let's go 4 more. And tuck. And 3 more. And tuck, getting that core and those abs a good workout. And very last one. Good job. Let's give it a little shake. And now when you're ready, we're going to take our arms out to the side one more time. Gently push your hands into the floor. And then as your knees, let your knees just fall over. Imagine you're holding first a $100 bill between your knees. So try to keep those knees glued together. And now big breath in and let your knees fall to the right. And as you do, keep that left shoulder nice and heavy. So try not to let that shoulder lift off. Exhale, hold. Big breath in to decompress the spine as we let the knees lift up and over to the other side. Keeping the shoulders heavy, heavy, heavy. Exhale, hold. Big breath in, up and over, rolling to the other side. So just a gentle twist of the spine. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up and over. Keeping those knees glued together. Exhale, hold. Let's go 2 more. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, hold. And one more time. Inhale, up and over. And exhale, hold. Perfect. And now just back to the center. And from here, if you're getting tired, you can hold on to those knees and just do some gentle circles here. If you feel like you want to work a little bit harder, let the hands go to the side for those gentle circles, keeping those knees glued together. 3 more. Back or ribs are nice and flat. 1 more, and let's pause and reverse, go the other way. So just a prep for the corkscrew. 3 and 2. And very last one. Good job. From here, we're going to keep the belly nice and tight as we lower that one leg down, not arching the back, and then the other. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll over so that you're facing me. And now if it's uncomfortable for you at all to have your arm up this high, feel free to get yourself a pillow and put it underneath your neck for that little bit of support. And then from here, we're going to pretend that there's a wall behind us. So the head, the bottom, and the feet are all against that invisible wall. The belly button and the hips are facing forward. Let's glue our feet together as we open up the knees, making sure that those hips keep facing forward. We don't want to allow our body to roll. We want to make this all about the hips. And even though it's a hip opener, it's a glute exercise. It's deep set, it's the glutes, the glute medius are what's really responsible for opening those knees. And the great thing about that is that deep set of glutes is really important for protecting our back. Relax your neck, and we're just going to open and close. Let's go 4 more. And relax. So we're opening as far as we can without making sure you don't let your body roll. Keeping those hips facing forward and just opening as far as you can. 3 more. 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's straighten that top leg out. Imagine there's a wall underneath that foot and push, push, push that heel into that invisible wall. You should feel your hips open up when you do that. So now you have a nice straight spine. We're making room for a little trail of ants underneath. And keep pressing into that heel as you lift and lower. And 2, and down. Imagine pushing through some water, resistance up and resistance down. Let's go 3 more. And 2 more. And very last one. Well done. Let's give that leg a little hug. It's been working hard. And then we're going to straighten that bottom leg right out. This top leg, we're going to bring it down behind. So now again, your hips are facing forward. You're opening up that knee. We're going to lengthen that bottom leg now and think about the inner thigh, lifting that leg up and down. Relax the neck as you lift and lower. And 3 and down. 3 more. And 2 more. Almost there. Just 1 more to go. Perfect. And relax. Nice work. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to roll over onto our belly. So now let's just bring our elbows right into the rib cage. We're going to work some posture here. So all we're going to do is lift down at the floor. Bring your nose down. Keep looking at the floor as you lift up. Good job. And lower down. Walk the elbows down just a little bit down towards the ribs. And up. And down. And now even though our hands are here, we're trying to put minimal weight on them. So we're not trying to push up on them. We're trying to make our spinal muscles, the muscles that help with our posture, do all the work. And let's go 2 more. And and very last one. Perfect. And and then from here we're going to prop ourselves up on the elbow. Let's just stretch out the front of the hip. So with that right leg, we're going to imagine squeezing an orange behind that knee. We're going to point the toe to start with. And now just become a little heavier on that hip and see if you can feel that hip open up on the front. And only if that's okay and you feel like you can add a little more intensity, pull your toes down to the floor and squeeze just a little bit harder. Might want to lengthen that knee away from your shoulder and hold it there for 4. Keep breathing. 3 and 2 and relax. Perfect. Same thing on this other side. We're going to just squeeze that invisible orange behind your knee. Juice it. Keep breathing. If you do cramp, you can come out of it. If you're okay and you can work a little harder, just bring your toes down to the floor. Squeeze a teeny bit harder. Pull your belly button up away from the mat, keeping that spine nice and straight. And hold it there for 4. Keep breathing. 3 and 2 and release. Perfect. We want to come up onto our hands and knees, making a little box. So the knees are nice and wide right under the hips. Let's tuck our toes in. Hands are right under the shoulders. You want to have that sensation that if somebody were to give you a big push, they couldn't push you over. So nice and strong here. And then when you're ready, let's reach that left leg all the way out. We're going to push into the heel and stretch. Perfect. And then when you're ready, think about the glute, lifting that leg up. And then only if you feel safe, let that opposite hand just lift and lower. And each time you lift, try to make it last a little bit longer. 2, good job. Really good at back exercise. All the muscles of your back are being used here. Perfect. And only if that's okay, reach the hand away from the foot for the bird dog. Hold it there, reaching, 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 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. Let's just rock the hips, give your back a little break. And then when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So the other leg's going to reach out, press into the heel, lengthen through the back of that leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift that leg up. See if you can unweight the hand. Now, if that's hard, that's your exercise. You don't want to add on to it. But if you can do more, reach that hand away from the toes. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. Let's bring our head over to the other side of the mat, and that way you'll still be facing me to work the other side. We're starting in that hook line position with the knees bent and feet glued together for the clams. We're going to open up and close. And 2 and relax. And 3, almost there. And 4, relax the neck. 4 more, really working those glutes that help protect your back. 3 more. 2 more, almost there, very last one. Perfect. We're going to straighten that top leg out, press into the heel, nice long waist as we lift and lower. And 2 and down. And 3 and down. And 4. 4 more. 3 more. Just 2 more. Very last one. Give that leg a hug. It's been working hard. Straighten that bottom leg all the way out. Top leg just goes in behind. Hips are facing me as we think of the inner thigh lifting and lowering. 2 and down. And 3. Relax the neck. We've just got 3 to go. And 2 more. And very last one. Good job. And when you're ready, let's roll onto our back for our final stretch. And from here, we're just going to let that left leg start to cross the right leg, but not quite crossing, and down. Lots of control coming up and down. And 3. Just 2 more. 4. Trying to stay even through the back of the hips. On the last one, we're going to cross the leg over, open that hip up a teeny bit more. Hold it there. Nice wide knees so you can push on it a little bit, but never push right on the joint. Always go a little lower. And only if it feels okay for you, let that leg float up. If that's too much, leave it on the floor. Couple deep breaths here. Let everything relax and release. And come on down. And same thing on the other side. We're just going to pretend to cross that leg, coming up and down, working those muscles around the hips, staying even through the back of the hip as we come up and down. And 3. 2 more. 4. And on the very last one, just cross all the way over if you can. Remember, if you have hip replacement, we don't want to cross, so just let that leg fall to the side. Never want to cross our legs if we have that problem with our hips. Or if it just doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. And now open, open, open up. And totally optional whether you want to let that leg float all the way up and just give that hip a nice release. Perfect. Couple more deep breaths in. Awesome, and lots of control coming down. We're just going to finish with a low back release, so crossing the legs. It's like you're having tea, arms out to the side. Let your knees fall to one side, and just see if you can look over your back hand. And now just engaging from the abs, let your knees roll up and over, and as they do, we're going to look over to the other side. Perfect. And just let that relax and release. Nice release for the low back. And then back to the center. And we're going to uncross and cross to the other side. Again, let the knees fall to one side. Doesn't matter which side because we're doing both. Look away from the knees. Initiate from the abs as you roll up and over to the other side. And just letting the head look away from the knees. And then when you're ready, back to the center. Just going to grab that leg to help us come up to seated. And sitting however you're comfortable, doesn't have to be cross-legged. Last final breath, reach for the stars. Nice and tall. And then come on down, take a bow. I'm so glad